Hey guys, about Island Shorts. Even though I brought the series, they are going to come back. They are going to actually come back with more episodes. I have release date for all of them. Every week in between Island and at least the other two series, which I brought completely just to focus on Island because they're 26 episodes instead of the normal 20. Which, at least, in fact, I actually have the first mini episode of Island Shorts already, which you're actually going to watch. Now, most of the episodes are going to revolve around me. Now, like I said at the start, these are going to be non-canon. Now, these are going to be non-canon, like... Now, the first episode is going to be right now. Hey, Percy. What, Thomas? Have you got no fuel tankers yet? No, I haven't. Because I'm tired of them. I'm tired. Maybe you could do the field runs. And also, sometimes these events will be canned to the series. None of them are. But Percy, what Percy did say was out in continuity with the show. Like, if you've seen in my Emily episode, so well, yes. No, you need to do it. The Fat Controller's order. Oh, right. Thomas is so smart. Just because he's the number 1 and he thinks he's so much better than me. Let's teach him a lesson. Let's teach him a lesson, shall we? I know what could be the perfect revenge, and who are your favorite coaches? Annie and Clarabelle. And every morning around the same time, Driver, he goes to collect them. He first needs to get water, and first he will be right here. He first needs to go get water and coal. Then Annie and Clarabelle. Doop-da-doo, doop-da-doo-da-doo. I'm busy on taking water. Right. While he's busy taking on water, that only lasts a few moments. But where should I hide Annie and Clarabelle? Where should I hide them, Driver? Why don't you just admit that you're jealous of him because the Fat Controller doesn't care about you? No, he does care about me. I'm still gonna... Now, these are going to be harmless yarns with the character. Annie, Clarabelle, yet Percy? Follow me. Me. I want to hide you. By the time Thomas is done getting on all the stuff, he won't even know where to look for you. That's very mean, Percy! That's very mean. That's the idea because of how mean he was to me earlier. Now, guys, many people are wondering, I'm going to refilm the entire show, the entire first season, except for the episodes that have Minnesota in it, because the map I used for that has been taken down. Oh, I know where to hide you. Where? I was just saying that you were staying away from the railroad because the Fat Controller wants to give those coaches Now, this is going to be the DOS's appearances. I was going to have an episode centered here, but then I thought against it. Just to make sure Thomas doesn't look for you here, I'm gonna have to really hide you. You're just saying, "Oh, Annie, Clarabelle, the fact controller told me to take them down to the dock." I'm still getting on water. Ah, that's full. My tank is now fully filled. And so is your coal, Thomas. Time for my daily run up to Farquhar. Are you coming, Annie? Okay. Thomas! What, Hector? You're... I forgot. Whatever it is, tell me later. Okay. Driver, am I coupled up? Let me just go check. To what, Thomas? To Annie and Clarabelle. They should be right there. I don't see Annie or Clarabelle. They're always there. That's where I put them last night when we would return home. And, hold on. They gone missing. They gone missing. There is Henrietta, however. You could take Toby, coach. No. The Factum. Call the Factum controller. There's still Henrietta. That's still in the coach, Jack. And also, by the way, in case you're wondering, during the rebuild, they actually built this. Who would be the most responsible one? Who could have done such a thing to me? I'm going back to my shed and just curl up until the Factum probably finds out where anything Clarabelle are. And then I pop back to my shed, wondering who could have taken Annie and Clarabelle. But then I thought of Diesel 10. But I didn't see a big bully Diesel. I thought maybe someone would have planned a prank on me. As I thought, who could be... If the Factum controller would come and as I wanted to curl up, as he said, as Annie and FYI, guys, I'm gonna have a green shot instead of this. I'm gonna have Thomas and Annie and Clarabelle be the thumbnail for the above thingamadoodle for the channel from now on. Okay. As he said, as he thought about who could have possibly taken it and why. But no one popped into his smoke box that would wanted to take coaches, just not to confront him. As I began to cry, feeling useless I was, how useless I was. But as I started leaving Sodor forever, for as I said, The Fat Controller will say I'm completely useless. As I said, I'll huff and chuff all through the night. As I decided to go away from Sodor. But I knew that was not the right call. But that was the only thing I could think of, was someone didn't want me here on the island. So that's why I decided in the middle of the night while everyone was asleep to run away. As I decided to run away from my home that I lived at for the past since I was almost 5 years old. I've lived here for the last, by the time I've lived here for over 35 years. I came here in 1915. I actually came here in 1950, the year that my brother and were built. As I said, I'll huff and chuff all through the night until I'm far away and free. And when my steam runs out, I will know that no one will find me. Things are not the same as before. Mistakes I make no one can ignore. I keep my paintwork looking fine. I try so hard to be on time, but I'm not a useful engine anymore. I'm not. Thomas! Right as I was about to end my song, I heard something. Driver! Did you hear that? Yeah! It seemed to be coming from over by the docks. By the docks. I heard Thomas. Thomas, where are you? Wait, I know who that is. That's Annie and Clarabelle. Thomas, help! We're stuck here before the big ship leaves, which is going to take us with. Don't worry, Annie. Don't worry, Clarabelle. I will get you out. All I need to do is shunt these mail trucks out of the way. As I worked hard that night, like I always do trying to rescue my coaches. As I said, don't worry, Annie. Don't worry, Clarabelle. I'm almost there. As I was so concerned for my coaches, my words could not describe on how I felt when I didn't even. Hey, Annie, Clarabelle. I have 2 questions. 1. How did you get in there? And 2, can we go back home the way we Can we go home? Can we go home the way we normally do? Sure. The Fat Controller's mad at me. For what? Who did that to you? It was Percy! Percy. As in, Percy, my best friend. Indeed. This is the thing that's gonna... FYI, guys. This is gonna be a thing where everybody's gonna see in Island Season 6, Percy and Thomas breaking up. Remember how in the present day of the series that Percy is not sleeping anymore at Farquhar Sheds? Well, in Season 6, something similar to the events depicted here will happen. Not really similar. Yeah. Who did? Why would Percy do that? According to me, according to when he was venting out all the problem, Thomas. Who did this to you and why, Annie and Clarabelle? Percy, my best friend, did this to you? Did it to you? Yeah. Percy said the atomic is everything. A branch line coaches of his own. He's in your spoiled like a human, a spoiled brat at some time, Thomas. Because you have your own passenger coaches. Well, all he gets from the Fat Controller is night work. Well, you get night work done. Whenever the Fat Controller says night work today, Percy. Thomas, I understand it. Great job done. Thanks, sir. Oh, I didn't know that. That Percy thought that I'm just. And he seems as Annie continued the van, and as I decided to take them the long way home. As I said, Annie, Clarabelle, I'm sorry that we're taking the long way home. It's just giving me more time to talk to you because I caused a lot of confusion and delay because I didn't have my coaches. Just then I refused to. I'm more so Toby. Maybe you can tell Percy. No. Percy did this to you. I want him to apologize to me. He didn't. What? For doing this? You know how unusual. I had to shunt all day long. Well, Percy had to do something. Percy did the prank to put me back in my place, isn't it? He did that, didn't he? Grrr. No, he didn't, Thomas. Man, we tried to tell him that we're his loyal coaches. And yes, guys, I'm going to make this. I'm going to have Thomas and Percy fall out for the groundwork for only 8 episodes of the series. And this is actually the first out of 8 episodes where Thomas and Percy will be. Remember how I normally get home after a long day of work? I didn't know that Percy saw. As I remember what Annie told me, and I told her back. I didn't know that Percy thought that I am a really useful engine because the Fat Controller told me so. I'm trying to figure out how to turn on their light. Annie, Clarabelle, I will tell Percy first thing tomorrow morning that I'm sorry. At least I'll tell him first thing tomorrow morning if I get the chance. Well, I never thought that Percy would do that just to get revenge on me. Are you sure about this, Annie? Hmm? Sure as how long we've been cooped up for. At least you did something really useful. The Fat Controller will be happy that you know what? At the crack tomorrow, Annie, Clarabelle, we wake up tomorrow at the crack of dawn to start working. Why so early? Wait, why so early? Well, Annie, Clarabelle, you get a good night's sleep. Now, as I went back to the sheds, Percy was mad that his prank did work. But that's a story for another time. And yes, I'm gonna be like Victor sometime from now on. That's a story for another time.